from the lighter side of Pest Control. This is Tales from the Crawlspace, with your hosts, Jack and Nick.
Now.
Hey, Steve Bandino here, doing Pest Control out of Northern Georgia. Once again, calling into the Tales from the Crawlspace podcast. I heard through the grapevine you guys were doing Pest Control and Media. Want to make sure you didn't leave out my guy Ratcatcher from Batman. Really big into comics. I'm a lonely guy. And I just wanted to make sure to mention also, there's a lot of adult comics out there related to pest control. Didn't know if you knew that. Old Stevie here, he spends a lot of time reading those when he's sitting in his truck waiting for the old government clients to get home. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, got a lot of free time. I'm a lonely guy. Just wanted to make sure we threw that out there. One's called Pest Control Room Service. Just, don't Google that. It's not safe for work. Make sure you're home on your own network when you do it. I mean, have a good time. I mean, old Steve sent you. But just wanted to throw that out there, guys. Doing a great job keeping it real out there in the pest control world. Old Nick and Jack me off there. Love you. Have a good one. Oh.
Well, hello and welcome to the Tales from the Crawlspace podcast. I am Nick, joined by Jack.
Hey, I'm actually back. My ass has stopped leaking from the WoW chips I was eating. Managed.
That's fantastic to hear. I'm glad that. How bad was the situation?
Well, the Federal Department of Health had to show up in those biohazard suits with the role of Charmin. And had to give me the Swiffer Sweeper in my crack just to get rid of that stuff. So I'm good now. I found out too late that the warning on the back of the chips were may cause gas with oily discharge, increased bowel movements, an urgent need to have them, and an inability to control them. That means eating those things, I had no idea that I would shit myself with no warning whatsoever.
Yeah.
But that's what happened.
Did some of those bears show up?
Yeah. The bears with the Charmin, they were dancing around talking about how clean their heinies were, and I was really feeling left out of the show because my hiney was not clean at all.
You know, that's one of the things I fucking hate most is seeing those damn bears.
But yeah, I know. They're just dancing around and shoving their ass in everybody's face. I mean, I got a cat that does that. What the hell?
Yeah, I know, right? Well, thank you to Steve Bino, Stevie, bada bing, bada zoom, from Northern Georgia, giving us a call there. We really appreciate that. I don't know how he heard it through the grapevine. Maybe he's got an inside man. I don't really know.
Well, you have been teasing it, and I got to tell you, you made a mention of it last week with your. I got to tell you, that whole show. I just finally listened to the whole show today, and it was just dripping with sexual tension between you and Brad. So I got to tell you, not only was it informative, it was also titillating.
Well, ever since then, I've been walking a little funny, like I've been riding a horse for like several days. I just can't seem to walk right anymore. I don't know, but
Brad's a big man that way.
Yeah, it was very great to interview Brad. Had a great time with it.
It sounded like one long, lascivious conjugal visit.
It really was. Yeah.
No, it was a great show. Truly it was. And I think Brad really gave a lot of good insight to you taking on your management position and some good stories about interviewing. And I had a ton of wild interview and people starting new technician stories from my 23 years of doing this, but that's for another show. Believe me, we'll get Brad on again and we'll put our heads together. And don't get jealous, not that head.
I mean, hey, if it's a three-way, it ain't gay. Okay.
You're only gay for the stay?
Only gay for the stay.
Okay, gotcha. Well, that's true because you and Brad do have that love affair going. But but no, I've got a bunch of stories myself sometime, and a bunch of them came to mind when I was listening to the show on the way home from my first day at my new job.
We'll have to do that. We'll have to do a first day story.
Yeah, because today I just started a new company down here in Virginia, and I got to tell you, I got nothing bad to say about the company that I left. It was the first company in 20 plus years that actually made you feel like a part of the family as opposed to just warm body syndrome laborer out to sweat your balls off until you burn out. They actually treated you with respect and gave you what you needed. So I will say that company's name out loud because I've got nothing bad to say about them. Tomlinson Baumberger was the company I was working for in Pennsylvania. So if you're looking for work out in Pennsylvania, they're at least looking for one pest tech right now. They're located in Lancaster. They're a great company. They pay you decent, and they treat you with respect. So that's one company I will say the name of because they're good people.
Hey, you can't ask for anything better than that.
Nah, man, definitely can't. But we got a heck of a show, a long-awaited show. We've been teasing this one. Well, you've been teasing this one for months now.
I really have. This is the Pest Control media / pop culture episode.
Yeah.
This is one of many. Doing the research for the show shows me that we have a lot to do.
Yeah.
I actually forgot my notebook, and I'm going to have to run downstairs to go grab that because I got notes in it.
Well, I'll start you run down, and I'll start telling people about how they can find us because I also started a TikTok channel this past weekend.
Okay. All right. Yeah, go ahead and start telling them about that and tell them about me and Brad's lovemaking or whatever.
Okay, I will. Yep. Okay, first, Brad undressed Nick and got out the axle grease and slathered that stuff both on him and Nick, and it was just a sight to behold. It was. I mean, there were like fireworks going off and squishy noises, and it's like when you get that toy slime stuff and stick your fingers in it, like that's what it sounded like. But no, really, you can reach us TikTok and Instagram. We are at TFTC Podcast. On Twitter, we are Crawlspace Tales. On Reddit, we are reddit.com/Tales from Crawlspace. And we're also on Facebook.com/Tales from the Crawlspace. And you can find all of our stuff at Brad Harvey's Pest Control Humor Depot, which is getting the membership is blowing out of proportion. It's amazing how successful this page has been. Why don't you guys jump on our page too, damn it? If you make Brad that damn famous, why don't you make us famous? And I'm glad that Nick didn't get a chance to hear what I said about the squishy sounds with the axle grease about you and Brad.
I thought I edited that part out of it. I'm sorry.
But now that Nick has his copious notes from his deep love of Dale Gribble and Dale's Dead Bug and other things, and I introduced him to Billy the Exterminator, which I think you did a little bit of research on that.
I did a little bit of research on that. I'm actually going to probably watch more episodes of it, and we'll just do more shit talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
But we are going to start out with Dale Gribble, one of my favorite characters growing up. Actually, one of my favorite cartoon characters ever. I guess you can say what he inspired me to do was be in Pest Control.
Yeah, I can see that.
Dale Alvin Gribble was born July 11th, 1953, as an exterminator, bounty hunter, chain smoker, gun fanatic, and conspiracy theorist. He is one of the main characters in The King of the Hill.
Dale Gribble.
So, yeah.
Are you a CIA agent? I watched.
Pocket sand.
You had me doing my research, and I did. I got to tell you, I am horribly unprepared, so your responses from me will be organic. But you did put me in touch with the Anthill King of the Hill episode, which I watched today when I got home.
King of the Anthill, written by Johnny Hardwick and Paul Lieberstein, which you guys may know Paul Lieberstein from The Office. He plays Toby on there, and he is also one of the main show writers for The Office.
Oh, I had no idea. That's pretty cool.
He did a lot of writing for King of the Hill.
Nice.
So it's good to see him there, and you kind of see, he's a very, very funny guy. Yeah. And you can definitely see in this episode.
Awesome. I watched that, and when Hank Hill got his lawn, paid $1.25 a square foot, and he didn't do it for him, he did it for Orland.
He did it for Orland. So yeah, in this episode, is Cinco de Mayo's coming up. Hank loves his lawn. If you guys have ever watched King of the Hill, Hank loves propane, his lawn, and his family, in that order. Mm-hmm. Doesn't really go in between that. So he is getting his lawn ready for Cinco de Mayo. He is jealous of his neighbor Con, and him talking to Peggy. He's like, she's like, maybe it's Dale spraying twice a week. He sprays twice a week at Hank's lawn.
I'd rather support my friend for $2 a week.
For $2 a week, twice a week. Which I was just like listening to that, and I'm like, or watching that, and I'm like, that's so low. And this is 1997 when this came out.
Man, getting it twice a week. He was getting it. So that's 104 services for $104 a year. You can't beat that with a stick.
You really can't. No, it's not 104 services. It's 208 services because it's doing twice a week.
Oh, okay. That's right. Yep. You're right. Because 52 weeks in the year. Okay. But, yeah, man, I got... that was a good episode when he shook them fire ants out of his pant leg and goes, ow.
Ow, yeah. So, I love how he's, when Hank fires him, because Hank ends up firing him from spraying his lawn, Dale says he that Sarah Lee uses more chemicals than he does.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, actually, that's probably correct.
He also says that fire ants all sting at once under the command of the Queen.
Yeah.
Which, no.
And
Bobby
was talking about
Hubbard.
the Queen. Oh, that's right. Fire ants did kill L. Ron Hubbard. That's correct.
Fire ants killed L. Ron Hubbard. And I forgot that joke was in there. And somebody who just loves studying cults and stuff like that, I just fucking lost it when he said that. Because I was literally having to pause this episode every 5 seconds because I just had to write something down. And I'm like, okay, that's funny. That's funny.
My military school made me read Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard, and that guy was a little off his rocker.
But see, he actually had a lot of inspiration from, what's his name? Oh, which one was it? Was it Jones?
Jim Jones?
Jim Jones.
Oh yeah, that ended.
If I remember correctly, I think he was actually friends with him. I think it was Jim Jones, not the guy, the one where the U.S. government stormed and killed all the civilians and stuff.
That was Waco.
Waco. I don't think it was Waco. I think Koresh. It was Jim Jones.
Yeah, I would think that L. Ron Hubbard and Jim Jones were almost the same era time frame because that was early to mid 70s.
Something like that, but if I do remember correctly, he was friends with him, and he actually took a lot of inspiration from him.
Yeah, that's worrisome in and of itself.
It is. So Dale also says he tasted every insecticide.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I personally tasted every single insecticide.
Which I think when you start tasting every insecticide, you may start questioning how John F. Kennedy actually died, or if aliens created your son, who is obviously from your wife cheating on you.
Or that everybody is a CIA agent.
Everybody's a CIA agent. I guess that starts to happen when you tasted every insecticide.
Yeah, I would think so. You'd start getting some disconnects or rewiring in your brain.
How many insecticides have you tasted?
Inadvertently. I'd say somewhere in the ballpark of 10 to 20. Okay. The most recent and most flavorful is actually it's FIFRA exempt. It's Ecovia, the stuff that's used for tick and mosquito, the natural stuff that the first time you smelled it, you feel like your chakras have been cleared, but after like a week of it festering in the back of your truck, it makes you want to vomit every time you open it up. But up in Pennsylvania, the wind was bound to change with no notice, and I was doing a tick and mosquito service with that gas-powered steel fogger machine, and the wind changed, and it blew right back in my face. So that's... I don't know if I got right with Hare Krishna or if I'm growing a tumor somewhere, but either way, I got a good mouthful of that one.
I think I've only really got like 565 in my mouth before.
Ew. That's not good. I accidentally got psychic. Back when I was doing termite work, we had this... You ever seen those Freon containers that they use for like recharging AC units and refrigerators and stuff? It's like almost looks like a propane tank.
Yeah.
I had one of those full of Sidekick with a brass wood injection nozzle, and I